Yo, 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 what's up? This is Jeremy from JG Innovation Garage in the Peach Capital State. All right, Jay, everybody's been asking me, I've been getting some questions like, hey man, we got going on and what's up with all that insulation and how you doing this? And man, that's pretty neat how you doing that. So I figured I'd do a little clip right now, a little quick clip. All right, so there's paint booths out there in the fine world of painting. They range from anywhere from the blow up booths from a couple $1,000s all the way up to $100,000 paint booths. There's nothing wrong with none of them. Every one of them has their own purpose and their own function and whatnot. So I got a few buddies that's got those inflatable ones, and they said they're great for primer, stuff like that. And you can even paint in them, or prep rooms or stuff like that. I've painted in nothing, and I've painted in $100,000 booths at Petty's Garage, and at the school, at the college, we have two super nice booths. We have one that's a pit, and then the new one that we got back in 2017 that we picked out when I went to SEMA is a waterborne compatible booth. It's how do they call that thing? So it's a downdraft, semi-downdraft. It comes out of the ceiling, goes across, and then goes up two plenums in both back corners. So what I decided to do is, if you bought a paint booth, then you have to put that booth in a building. So therefore, if you buy one from like Auto Body Toolmark, you're looking at just a booth, no heat, no fire suppression, none of that. You're looking like $10,000-$12,000 just for the shell. Then you have to put that in a building. So now you're looking at, $20,000 plus to do that. If you put it in your shop, then you're going to have a shop that's at least 10,000 square foot or bigger. And then this booth is going to take up, I think the one at the school's like 36 by 40. So just say 40 by 40. So just roughly 2,000 square foot. So if you got a 10,000 square foot building, you just lost 2,000 square foot plus or minus of space. So thinking about what I was going to do, how I was going to do this. So this is what I opted to do. Now, some people might frown on it. Some people might say that's a cool idea, whatnot, whatever. So I bought a building from Lunar Buildings. It's a 24 by 24 building. It has a 10-foot roll-up door, and it has 12-foot walls. So I opted for them to insulate the ceiling, but I opted for them not to insulate the walls. Me and my cousin, we poured the pad. It is slick as it can be. It's got a 1-inch drop in 12 foot. So the booth is 24 by 24. From 12 foot to the center of the booth, it drops 2 inches a slope in the center. So if you draw an X and go from corner to corner, from one corner to the center, it drops 2 inches all the way across. So if you pull a string line from corner to corner and measure, it's 2 inches in the center. That's how much it falls for the water to run, and then the water kicks out the back. So I built 2 frames for 2 fans. They are 36 by 36 industrial fans, variable speed, basically chicken house fans, a little upgrade from chicken house fans. They are 16,500 CFM per fan. So I'm putting 2, one over there and one over here. Then I'm going to build a plenum box over that and come down. So the air is going to have to come across, go down, up, out, and then out. There'll be pre-filters, middle filters, and post filters on the outtake, or on the exhaust, excuse me. Not going to run them wide open all the time, but they'll be so 16 and 16, that's 32,000 32,000 CFM plus or minus. And you want to know where I got that measurement? I got that flow. Talked to a paint booth company. They said you take length times width times height. You do the width times the height. Multiply that times 100 BRM. That will give you the cubic feet per minute per that space. So this comes up to be like 27,000 CFM plus or minus. I don't know. I have to go back and check the math for airflow. Now you can restrict that by changing the speeds of the fans plus or minus or whatever. So I'd rather have too much than not enough. So the intake is going to be these. I had them to put windows on both sides. So basically the air is going to come through here, filtered, come straight across. The center of the fan is the center of the wall. So the pin of the fan is 3 foot by 3 foot. So 1.5 foot, the center of the pin is 50 inches from the floor. They told me that's where it needed to be to get a perfect airflow across. All right, so once that happens, so what are we doing now? I am insulating the walls. So I'm running R13 insulation for two to four walls. I'm putting it up and then putting bright white metal over top of that. So that wall there will have white metal over top of it. We will start at the bottom. And me and my cousin Green Bean, we figured this out when he was still here. He's not here no more. God rest his soul. So we're going to start putting the metal at the bottom, and we're going to run it long ways, just like the walls are. Put the first piece, and the second piece will be seam sealed, then the next piece, then the next piece, then the next piece. We're going to do all the walls all the way up, and then we're going to do the ceiling. Well, the ceiling's already insulated, so we're going to run it all the way up. So what we're going to do is run this wall up, and as we got it figured out, when we get to the center, the last piece of metal will cap the left and the right. So there will be no seams open up. So you can wash, I can come in here with a pressure washer and wash the whole walls down, and everything will be sealed and all of it will run out. I will put booth coating on the walls. There's different companies that make it. So I will spray booth coating on the walls like we do at the college. And then after about, 10, 15 car paints, then you come in here with a pressure washer and hot water and you wash it, and then all the crud goes out. It's all biodegradable, goes into the septic tank. It's all good, peace, love, and chicken grease. Then with the lights, I'm putting 20, yeah, you heard me, 20 high output, water sealed, natural sunlight LEDs, putting 20 in here. So I think we're going to do 4 and 4. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we're going to put 4 per wall to see how that works out. So we had the fans, the intake, the lights, and then for the heat, I'm putting 2 80,000 BTU radiant tube heaters, so there's no open flame. I'm going to put them in here, and I'll have to run those if it's below 70 degrees outside to warm up the booth. So I'm insulating everything, closing everything in, trying to make it as tight. Hold on one second. Pollen's killing me. Oh man, pine trees. See that right there? Well, you can't see it. I'm surrounded by pines, and they're pollinating. Boy, they pollinating big time. So with that's what's going on. So a lot of people says, man, that's overkill. That's not, you're doing it this way. I'm trying to be as most efficient as possible. And I've went in and I got to get on the ladder and finish that one. But I went in and I put low density window foam in every crack to make everything airtight. I'm trying to make it as airtight as possible and as clean as possible so I can produce the best quality of work for my clients as possible. So how much do I have in this so far? I have no idea. I got it written down. I don't know. But for the airflow, somebody's asking me how I was going to do my air. My compressor is at the main shop. It is, if I remember correctly, I think it's like 25. I think it's 25.6. It's the biggest 220, 240, 7 horsepower compressor that you could get from Ingersoll and Ram. It's an 80-gallon tank, and I think it's like 24, 26 CFM at 90 PSI. Maximum pressure is 175. And then I have an additional tank sitting next to that one. I have another 80-gallon tank, so that's 80 and 80. That's 160. Then I have 1 inch, or excuse me, 3/4 aluminum air lines from Rapid Air in the shop. Then I'm going to plumb that out. Then I'm going to dig a ditch from the main shop to this shop, which is 100 foot, and I'm gonna put 1 inch wrapped Rapid Air kit. It comes in a coil, 300 foot of 1 inch line. I'm gonna pipe it all the way down here. Once I pipe it down here, I'm gonna plumb in with that tsunami air system to filter the air, that 5 system from DeVilbiss, not tsunami, but DeVilbiss. Then I'm gonna bring it in to this tank. This is another 80-gallon tank. So this tank's gonna be in the corner of the booth. So the air is gonna have, so if you're keeping up, you got 80 and 80 and 80. So that's 240 gallons plus all the air line, plus the air line in the shop. You're looking at about, if you do the CFM, the volume from all the airline, you're looking at about 540 gallons of air volume to keep everything fed. So when people was buying air compressors, they said, well, I bought this air compressor, blah, 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 but I can't keep up my DA and this, whatever. The problem is your compressor, you need to buy the highest CFM at 90 you can afford. So if you can't afford but an 18, then buy 18. But air compressors is our livelihood. So the smaller the CFM, the thing's gonna be constantly working. So if you got one that's like 10 or 12 CFM at 90, and you're running a DA and somebody's running a grinder, and then you got a guy over there that's spraying, that air compressor is gonna be running constantly. Look at this. That air compressor is going to be running constantly, and hot and cold is going to make condensation, is going to make moisture. If you don't have a dryer, I got a refrigerator dryer that the way it goes, and then I got a dryer to cool the air down. And then I built, I was seeing my dad to build a liquor steel kind of coil thing to run copper line into a tank, a 55-gallon tank with water to cool the air down even more. And then once the air gets from here to here, 100 foot plus all that, it's going to be super cool when it gets in the shop, in the booth. Then I have all that airflow, that 5 cascade system where it filters everything out to get the air as completely dry and as clean as possible. I'm thinking about putting that carpet on the floor. A lot of shops are putting it on the floor that builds up static that pulls the trash down to it. So that's what I got going on. I'm at the 13-minute mark. I didn't mean to babble on, but that's what I got going on. So my booth, hopefully by the end of the month, God willing, it'll be up and running. Then I'll be at the discretion of the electrician and the gas company to get everything hooked up. But the thing is, it's 24 wide, 24 deep. It's 11 foot and some change to the corner of the walls, a 10 by 10 garage door, and everything's insulated. So if you want to know how big it's in here, to give you an idea, it's 24 by 24. All right. So right there is my car, the Green Brier. It's in here, right? So that's how much room you can actually probably have 2 cars in here at the same time. I mean, all the doors open, everything's open. So it's gracious plenty. I could have probably got away with a 20 by 20, but what happens if somebody wants me to do a truck or a big truck or a lifted truck or a Cadillac? I know when I had my buddy's Cadillac in here, it was stout. I mean, it was like 22 foot bumper to bumper. So you can't have enough room, never can have enough room, never have enough room. So, oh yeah, that's the wheels I used to have on the Green Brier. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet. Might sell them, might keep them, I don't know. But everybody, Put God first in everything you do. Give him the glory. No matter what you do, don't worry about what the man down the road doing. Don't worry about the man up the road doing. Take care of your own self. Sweep on your own porch and let the loose end drag. If you need anything, hit me up. No matter how small, no big. And we'll roll on with it. Everybody take care. Put God first. Follow the YouTube. I'm listening. Put God first. Follow the YouTube channel. Like and share the Facebook page. And I'm just old country bumpkin from the sticks trying to make my way in this cruel world we call life. I'm not in competition with nobody. Look at that. No competition, nobody but myself. So try to do the best what you can do today. What you don't do today, do tomorrow. Don't worry about yesterday, because yesterday is spent and you can't get it back. Everybody take care. Peace, love, and chicken grease. I'm out.